Hey, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber, and if you're new to my channel, I'd like to say thank you for clicking on this video. So I'm doing this video for my ladies who always happen to find themselves in a big ass mess when it comes to relationships and dating and men. So I'm gonna be giving you guys my personal top 10 red flags to look out for when dating and looking for relationships out here, okay? Because it is rough out here, y'all. Some of us need help, and I want to be here to give it to you guys because there were so many signs that we knew we seen, but we chose to ignore. And by when I say red flags, I mean things that we ignore and don't look out for when we're in the beginning of a relationship and beginning of thinking of talking to somebody or dating somebody. Not really things to look out for when you're already in the relationship. For those of you guys who are in a hot mess already and are looking to this video for help, girl, you too late. I'm just kidding. Anybody could benefit from this video, honestly. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so this one should be an obvious one. It's when a guy never asks you out, as in outside on a date, like, or out to hang out anywhere. I don't mean anything extravagant. It doesn't have to always be extravagant, like, you know, horse and freaking carriage and all that. I mean the guy never wants to take you out in the daytime. It could be to the park, to be honest. Like, he never wants to take you out, ever. It's always come through, let's chill, you know, the basic stuff. And if you already the type of girl that will agree to something like that, if he's asking you to come chill and you're always down, always ready to meet him at his crib, you already know it's already setting the tone that the relationship is just gonna be based on something physical. Unless that's something you want, I mean, cause this is just assuming that you wanna start like a healthy relationship. But if that's something you want, I mean, if you just did a bust down, then hey, by all means. If you really want that healthy relationship, you have to, and that's something you feel uncomfortable with doing. You're not trying to be the type of girl that's always chilling at his crib, you know, inside, nobody sees you, but he's always getting what he needs from you and what he wants from you. Then you have to set that tone early on, because a lot of men would be willing to do what you want them to do, but you have to be willing to set that tone. You cannot let them set that tone for the relationship, because if many men had the choice, that's what they would be doing with every woman they meet. If he's under 25 and he has a kid, for some of you ladies out there, that may be a little bit too judgmental. Some of you may feel like, gosh, you shouldn't be judging a guy has a kid because things happen. Okay, but you got to understand, I'm saying red flags. So red flags are things that are alarming that you need to look at and you can't ignore, and you have to address them head on before you go any further. So I don't mean just, you know, cut him off because he may have a kid. I just mean before you go any further, it's something you need to address and set in stone, like really understand what's going on with the situation before you get yourself into the situation. You know what I mean? So the second you find out he has any kids, before you go any further into the relationship, you gotta investigate. You gotta dig deeper into that. You gotta find out the child's age, how many kids he has, if he was married when he had the kids. If the child is under a year old, that's not a good sign. Like, you shouldn't want to dabble into anything when he's dealing with a toddler, because you don't know what him and his baby mother is still going through. The child is fresh and new out the womb. You gotta find out about the baby mother. How does she look? Is she attractive, or was she just an ugly one night stand? You know what I'm saying? Is she something that if he happens to be dropping off his kid looking at her, is he gonna be like, is she single? Because if she's single, she has nothing better to do than to worry about your relationship with him. So, is she nice? Like, you gotta know all these things. And if you find out everything and everything seems up to your standards, or you feel like you're comfortable with the situation, knowing what you know, then proceed. My next red flag, he lied. And by lied, it can be anything as small as anything, because I'm talking about the beginning of relationship, the beginning of starting to talking to somebody. I don't mean like deep in, I don't mean the big lies. I mean, if he lied to you about anything early on. If you catch him in a lie early on, that is a bad sign. It doesn't matter what type of lie it is, because if he's lying early on in the relationship, he's gonna be lying the whole relationship. Bet. It could be something so small. Like, for example, if you tell him how much you love sushi and he goes right back like, yeah, I love sushi too, it's so bomb. And you're like, okay, let's go to the sushi restaurant to eat. And he can't stomach the sushi. And you're like, damn, I thought you loved sushi. He was like, no, I just said that because you like this. I wanted to impress you. Like, why are you lying? Like, there would have been no consequences of telling me the truth and saying you're not into sushi. I'm sorry, this story is a little bit personal, but why lie? Like, why freaking lie? Like, there would be no consequences of telling the truth in that. Like, if you could lie about the small things, you could lie about the big things. There's no reason to lie about the littlest thing. But yeah, just like I said, if he's willing to lie about something so small where there will be absolutely no consequences, then he's used to lying, and he's gonna be lying about every goddamn thing. Okay, next tip. He's very judgmental and he criticizes you a lot. And it wouldn't be very like obvious because it's the beginning of the relationship, of course, but it will just be little things. Like, you walk in and he's already like judging your outfit, like, oh yeah, you got your titties out, that's a little too much cleavage for me, but it's cute, like things like that. Or he'll say something about your hair, like, oh, I liked it better, or that day I met you when your hair was straight, or like just any little thing. The way you walk, like, why you walk like that? You walk like you just think you everything. Like, little things, like little criticizing things, you don't want to deal with that. Just get rid of him, sis. He doesn't really want you like that. He's just having you there to fill some type of void that he probably doesn't even know, and you really shouldn't stick around because he's just gonna make you feel worse about yourself every single day. So no. Next red flag. You notice you're always doing little favors for him and you do way more for him than he does for you. By this I mean he only hits you up and gives you his undivided attention when he needs something. This could involve like small things, like letting him use your Uber account, buying him something to eat, paying for his liquor at the club. Like, he never does anything for you or to help you. You gotta cut that off, boo. He's using you. And before you know it, you're gonna be trapped in the relationship because you're gonna realize the only good thing he provides is he's gonna leave you when he's tired of using you, and you're gonna be mad and you're gonna sue him in small people's court for all the money that you gave him, everything you did for him, and you're gonna lose the case. You know why? Because you gave him all that stuff willingly. I mean, that may seem like, you know, a stretch, but these are how things like this happen. Like, trust me. Next red flag. He don't got a job. Do I really have to explain it? I really shouldn't have to explain why this is a red flag. If he's focused on school, that's a different story. But you shouldn't want to get into anything with the guy who's just sitting around not doing anything and doesn't really have any goals, any ambitions, because soon enough, guess what? You're gonna turn into the person without any goals and any ambitions. Some women don't care about stuff like that, but if you know you're the type of woman with goals and ambitions, and you know you're gonna wanna raise a family in a nice big house, you're gonna be settled comfortably in your later years, and you wanna afford to travel the world, you're not gonna match up right with the guy who doesn't have the same dreams as you. It doesn't matter how attractive, how nice, or how fun he is. Next red flag. Dude just got out of a relationship or marriage or situationship or whatever. This one is another one that should be obvious, but honestly, when you're in the moment, you're not thinking about it. That's why a lot of women get into issues like this, because they're really not thinking about it in the moment. If a person told you they just got out of a relationship, you really need to give them some time. I mean, I wouldn't say just get up and walk out of a date or something like that, or if you're hanging out with them. I mean, you could be like that distant friend, but you really need to just take your step back and give them some time to deal with whatever they gotta deal with. Because even though they say it's over, is it really over? You don't know, because you're not in that relationship. You need to give them some time to make sure that all ties are cut. And you have a right to ask questions to make you feel more comfortable with the fact that he's completely out of the relationship and he's not dealing with that ex anymore. So if you're asking questions and suddenly he's getting all defensive and he doesn't want to talk too much about it anymore, or he's telling you it's really none of your business and he's really not trying to put out too much information, girl, you better get out of there. That's a recipe for a side chick. Next red flags. He does a lot of drugs. Like, he pops a lot of Molly, Perk, Zan. Like, he's always trying to get to the next big thing. Like, what's the next best drug? X. Like, he always acting on to the next pill. Like, You gotta be careful with those, because once he finds his pill of choice, he's hooked. And he gonna care more about them drugs than you. Next red flag, he's always at parties. Always at parties, always going out, always lit, Mr. Lit. That type of dude, he's not ready to settle down. And he's not ready to take you seriously. He wants everything to be fun. And if you're not that type of person where every day is a party to you, he's gonna get bored and move on. And my last red flag, he talks negatively about his family and friends. Could be parents, siblings, friends, people he's close to. He always has something negative to say about the people in his life, and you don't really understand why he speaks so negatively of them, because he never tells you that there's anything wrong with them. He never said there was nothing ever specifically that they did to him. It's just always he's talking negative. And he treats them like crap for no reason. You already know if this guy is doing that to people who aren't intimate with him, who are just family, his mother, his father, his friends, his best friends, he's gonna be treating you like that soon enough and treating you like you're his enemy. And that's not good. That's all for this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed all my tips. And comment below if you guys have ever dealt with guys like this who've had these red flags and you ignored them and then your relationship just went down the drain. I'm really interested in seeing what you guys have to say. For those of you who think I may be being too harsh or too picky, please give me examples of relationships you guys had or you guys have known of where these red flags have popped up and things actually worked out in the relationship, because I'm interested to hear that too. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see me post more videos like it, subscribe to my channel. My name is Amber, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.